Hello everyone, welcome to the Trash to Treasure Open Collab hosted by This Southern Girl Can, co-hosted by Tapstick Design and Crafty Leanie. Thank you for joining us today. So I am going to be doing these little jugs, or they look like milk bottles. They're actually from meal replacement little bottles. So I'm just going to paint them with marshmallow chalk paint from Paint Pixie. And I'm just going to add that with a sponge dauber. Sorry for... It's been a long day. I had deleted part of my video. I had to go back and find it. So please forgive me for all of this. And it's kind of off for me. But I'm just going to use the dauber here. And we're just going to paint. And it took me 2 coats to cover this because of the black markings on the bottle. But I mean, they had a label on them. I just peeled those off. And yeah, the carton is white, but I wanted to make sure the black markings on it were covered up. So I just use my little dauber and I just dab, 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 making sure I get it nicely covered. And I know this can be boring for some. Actually, this is relaxing. If you just want to relax, just go find a bottle in your home and just paint it. And then before you know it, you have a home decor piece. And I'm going to do the same to both bottles. This doesn't take as long as it may seem. If you're watching TV or something, the time go by really fast. And I didn't realize that I left all of this. I didn't realize I left all of this in. I promise I'm almost done. I am almost done. But I just dab, dab, dab. And I want to thank our host and our co-host for the open collab invite. Love being here. Thank you so much. All right, so here I am done, and what I'm going to do as this stencil, this is a thicker stencil, but I couldn't find one of my thin ones that was small enough that I could wrap around a bottle for the amount that I just wanted to cover. So I'm going to use it anyway. Now, it won't be dark all the way around, and I'm okay with that. So it looks kind of like it's faded in some places, and I'm okay with that too. It bleeds in a few places, but I'm okay with that. It's trash to treasure, but I'm going to do the best that I can. So I'm going to take a couple of pieces of tape to hold this down. I'm one of those people who, I don't mind paint on my fingers, but if that is just flapping around, I'll have paint everywhere, and I don't have time to clean up. My son is home for Memorial Day weekend, and you know, I'm a veteran, he's active duty, and we're trying to spend as much time together as possible because he's leaving tomorrow to go back to his post. So yeah, I'm finishing this today. Don't ask why. It's just one of those things of parts of my video missing, but it's okay. I found them. I found them. So I'm going to use this dauber and blackberry cobbler, also from Paint Pixie, to dab this on the stencil. I hope you all stay and watch all the creators in this playlist. I will link the playlist in my description. If you don't know somebody, please give them a look. It might be a new creator that you found and you might like them. So here I'm just dabbing the blue. Some of it's going through, some of it's not. Because like I said, this is a thicker stencil that you would use with a thicker medium. But it's okay. I'm just going to keep on going. And I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to finish this. And I'm going to finish the one in red. And here they are. So you can see it bleeded through some, but it looks faded in other places. But this will be at the back of the bottle. But I do love how this came out. So it looks like someone has been holding it and it's somewhat faded. So here I'm going to lay this down, and what I'm going to put on here is a DTF transfer sticker. Now it's sticky on front and back, but me knowing that if I try to pull off the front part, it will pull off the paint as well, because I didn't seal the paint. So what I'm going to do is I am going to just cut this as close to the image as possible, so that as much of the plastic outline won't be seen, but it's okay. This is for me. And you know, so I really wanted to do this. And again, thank you to Amber and the other two co-hosts for the invite for doing this open collab. This is my first open collab. I've done collabs before, but this is my first open one. So thank you all so much for being here. So I'm just going to cut around this butterfly and the flowers. And this was actually gifted to me, so I wanted to use this. I mean, considering what weekend it is, and me being a veteran, I'm kind of in the mode of red, white, and blue in some ways, and not so much as others. But here, I'm going to take this apart, and what I'm actually going to do is grab a piece of tape to get the front off of the back. Here, this is where I did use 2 pieces of tape to get those apart. And then I'm going to lay this as center as possible. I'm wonky, so all my stuff is always laid down wonky, but we get it on here. And this is actually in my bottle cradle so that it doesn't roll all over the table. I'm going to take my scissors and put small little slits where there's bubbles that I can actually reach. And I should have did this before I started, but it's okay. We'll get it down. This is just a little craft, how you can take something that otherwise would go in the trash and you make something pretty with it. And then here I'm going to take the burnishing tool and just try to get as many bubbles out as possible. And I'm just rubbing it down. So if you ever want to use these on a bottle, seal the paint first, then put the sticker on if you don't want that outline to show. But I was in my own little world and I didn't even think about it. So here I'm just rubbing out all the bubbles, trying to make sure I get it all down as well as possible so it doesn't lift up. And this is not going to lift up. I tried, but that's when I noticed it started lifting the paint. So I was like, it's okay, I can just leave it. So I guess on my next one I'll just have to do the DTF and just show you how to do it with it sealed. And here they all are done with some flowers, some tassels, and very pretty. So here's our next one. I'm doing a wine bottle. Again, I'm going to paint it with some marshmallow chalk paint by Paint Pixie. If you're interested in this paint, I'll make sure I put that in the description as well. I am an affiliate. It's wonderful paint. I love using this paint. So again, I'm just going to use a dauber. And I'm just going to dab, dab, dab. And I probably do 2 coats and all over it. Sometimes when I'm recording, I talk to myself so I know, okay, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm saying. So it's just one of those things that I do. I think quite a few of us do it. And I'm sorry, it's kind of off frame. This was a very tall bottle. And again, using my bottle cradle so that it doesn't roll all over my table. And I'm just going to dab, dab, dab. And then I'm going to finish it, and then I'll come back. And that's what I'm explaining. I'm so goofy. Okay, this one is all done. I'm also using a DTF sticker transfer on this one as well. And this one I'm not going to cut at all. I'm just going to take this one apart and I'm going to wrap this one around the entire bottle. Trying to get it apart. I think I used tape again to get this one apart. Sorry it's taking me so long. I thought I took this out too. I don't know. I think this was part of the video I had to go back and find because I thought I deleted it, but I found it. So yeah, I did use a little piece of tape to get it apart. So here I'm just going to pull it off. get it centered somewhat. And again, sorry it's off camera. I thought it was in frame, but another one of those things. So I'm going to wrap it around. And this is very sticky. So once it's down, it's down. You cannot lift it. And this one I'm thinking it looks good. I like it. I really do like these detail stickers. Again, I wish I would have sealed my bottle, and that way you wouldn't see that entire all the plastic. But I want to do this again. The young lady who sent me these, I have to ask her where she got them from. I'm pretty sure it was Temu, and I'm not too fond of Temu right now. So since these are mine, I'm going to leave it. I like the way this comes out. I really like the design that's on it. I think it's very, very nice. It's very pretty. I like the combat boots with the flowers. That hard, that soft combined together. So I really love this. So here I have a stencil that I got from Lori at the Farmhouse Stencil Shop, and it says Faith, Hope, and Love. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them apart, and I'm going to put a word above each image. Here I'm looking for my scissors. And then I'm just going to cut them apart. And I do believe I put them on in order of hope, faith, and love. And I will put Lori's link on here as well if you want to check out some of her stencils from the Farmhouse Stencil Shop. And I'm using Blackberry Cobbler again from Paint Pixie. And I'm just going to use a little piece of a sponge. And I'm going to start on this side. And I'm not going to make you all sit through while I do all the painting on these stencils, because I do take my time. Some of it kind of bleeds, other places it doesn't, but it comes out really well. And I didn't bridge the gaps where you see like gaps within the letters. I didn't go back and bridge them. I actually like the way this looked because of the way the flags look on the images that I'm putting the words above. So here I'm just going to dab a little, take some of the paint off. I'm going to move this to the other side. I always do this when I'm painting. I don't know why. So I'm just going to put a little on there, take off most of the excess, and then I'm just going to start dabbing. And as usual, you get more paint on the stencil than you actually do on your surface, but it's okay. I love the way this comes out, and I think this blue matches really, really well. So I'm just going to dab, 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 get a little more, dab some more. I'm telling you, if you cut up your sponge or one of your sponges fall apart, don't throw it away. Use it as much as you can. Then when it starts to fall apart, then you can throw it away. But this was on one of those sticks from Dollar Tree, and when the stick came out, I cut the sponge in half, and I figured, hey, I can use this for something else. So they do come in handy, because if I use a sponge any bigger than this, I think I would have the paint everywhere. So I do the first word. I'm going to lift up the stencil, and then I do the rest off camera, because this took me a minute. But again, it came out really, really pretty. I love this color, and I love how this came out. So I'm just going over a few more places. Make sure I get it all in there. Sorry about the shaking camera. And there it is. Again, I mean, it bled a little, but I'm okay with it. And here I call myself trying to get some of the paint off. Then I said, you know what, Tracy? It's okay. It's okay. It gives it charm. It gives it charm. Don't worry about it, girlfriend. Just keep going. You already had a long day. So I said, okay, don't worry about it. I don't know what I was doing, why this was still going, but I think I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And then here it's all done. Hope, faith, in love. And it's dry and everything. I really do love how this bottle turned out. And then I'm going to wrap rope around the top of it, add a tassel, add some flowers, and it's going to look really, really nice. So here I'm just saying that I'm going to wrap that around the top. And I know I didn't want you all to sit through that as well. You've seen it before. And we are done. I love how this came out. I added a bow, the tassel, and just some florals to it. And here's both of my projects. I think they came out really, really well. This would be nice for a vignette with the butterflies on each side of the boot. And there we go. Love this. And again, thank you to This Southern Girl Can, Tapstick Designs, and Craft Leanie. And I hope you all enjoyed this. Be safe, be blessed. Have a good weekend. Bye.